Up next, a woman on TikTok has come to the realization that her degree may be worthless because she feels like a slave.
Today I had a realization that I bought into the lie of college, get a good job, get a degree, you'll go far. And today I realized that I am a fucking slave. I got good grades all through school because I dreamed of college. I thought, I'll go to college, I'll get a good job, and it'll change the course of my life. I'll have everything I need, I'll make money. Because I grew up with nothing. And probably like most of you, my parents pushed college. And I saw college as this, this savior. I was going to take all the problems away. It was going to set me up for life.
Yeah.
But we all believed a lie. I know I'm not the only person.
No.
I believe that lie. Real freedom is not just chasing money. Real freedom is the opportunity to wake up when you want to wake up.
Yes. Yes. Buying your time back.
To eat breakfast when you want to.
Yep.
To be able to go see your nephew on any day that you desire.
Yeah.
Being told when to go to lunch.
I feel bad for her. I'm not gonna lie. I read a book that was very pivotal to me in my thinking. It was more substantiative than pivotal. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And a lot of people are running the rat race, and they're spinning their wheels, wondering why they have such an ordinary life where they're a slave to their job and not living extraordinary. The life she's describing is for an extraordinary thinker, not someone who does what they're told. But I'm gonna let it keep going.
Being told what time to arrive, what time to leave. Being overworked and underpaid. It's no life at all. I'm not necessarily complaining about the job. Guys, we've got a bigger problem. This is our only trip to Earth.
Yeah.
And instead of living, we are surviving.
Yeah.
And I feel that strong. I've never felt it like I feel it now. If you're out there and you're surviving and you're awake and you're aware, then you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about, and I'm not surviving.
Because there is hope. And I do believe, I'm telling you, I'm going to make this declaration. This time next year, I will be no one's employee. I will be financially independent. I will decide when I get up. No alarm clock will wake me. I'm going to go visit my nephew anytime I want. He is such an amazing child.
She's an auntie.
I'm going to take my baby all over the world. And I'm going to teach him about entrepreneurship and about owning his life and about living versus surviving. If you know a young child, if you have a young child, guys, we gotta teach them. Because this system of slavery is not the way.
I look at life like this. You either go one of two ways. And sometimes you can, depending on how fast of a study you are, how well you can retain information and implement it. But on the average scale, I look at it like you have two choices in life, either the college route or the entrepreneur route. Because to be an entrepreneur, believe it or not, that's like going to college, but it's just more practical because you're going to make a lot of fucking mistakes and you got to stick with it and you got to be able to problem solve. You got to be good at problem solving. So when you come from a mindset of someone who has traded their time for money for so long, the shift into entrepreneurship is kind of difficult because it's two modes of thinking. As an entrepreneur, you have to understand that you got to problem solve. And if you don't problem solve, that check ain't coming.
Isn't it interesting how one moment you're cramming for exams, staying up, memorizing useless facts, and staying up till the sunrise like writing research papers, all just to get a bachelor's degree and end up in a futureless job, working along high school dropouts and felons? Funny how life works out, huh? Glad I spent that money on my bachelor's degree.
Hook, line, and sinker. That's what they got you. You know, what do you expect? You have to compete in the world. You have to find your degree into something that is competitive. You can't just think that you can be a journalist and find work. The world isn't short on journalists.
Can anyone explain to me how I have 2 degrees? I have 2 degrees. Oh, and a certificate. A little extra, right? I have a certificate. May not be a master's, but it's something extra along with the 2 degrees, you know? I'm trying to apply for jobs right now, and the thing is that the only person I have responding to me is a man from a tech company saying, "Hey, you want to answer some customer service problems? You want to answer some customer service calls?" No, Bart, I don't want to answer your calls. No offense, but I'm a little more qualified than just to be sitting around answering your customer service calls. Bart, okay? I'm sorry, but Bart is the only one who's responding to me. So what am I supposed to do? And I'm looking down at these and I'm looking at them and I'm kind of wondering. I'm like, what was this for again? Oh, I don't know.
You see, what a lot of liberal-minded people are going to understand, and people that are very school-centered, they're going to understand that the market dictates your worth. You can have society try to assign worth to whatever the fuck society wants to assign worth to, but what will always be is that the market is going to dictate your worth. Society said that degree is worth however many hundreds of thousands of dollars that you spent on them, but the market dictated that it's worth nothing. So guess what? You have reduced yourself to a sales caller.
I'm literally having like a midlife crisis. Like, all these jobs I hear are paying $23, $24, $25 an hour, and I'm not trying to sound ungrateful, but like, that's just not enough money. Like, I cannot survive. I cannot live. I have kids. Like, I cannot use $23, $24, $25 an hour and make a living. Okay, like, it's not enough money. It's simply not enough money. It's just not. And it's like, did I go back to school and get a bachelor's degree for what? What did I get a bachelor's degree for? To make $23, $24, $25 an hour?
Yes.
For what?
This is a good question to ask your past self. Do a little bit of reflecting. Welcome to independence.
Your major doesn't matter. Okay, hear me out. I'm gonna have people flanking me in the comments. Oh my gosh, that's so stupid. Of course your major matters. Look, if you're not gonna be an engineer, a doctor, nurse, or like a lawyer, it doesn't matter. Okay, let me tell you why. I graduated college early. I graduated in 3.5 years at like a really well-known school, very competitive school, very proud of myself, with a political science major. You wanna know what I wanted to do with that? Nothing. Do you wanna know what I regret? My major. Not because it's not useful, because I think I actually have a lot of skills from it that are very useful in everyday life, but because it wasn't enjoyable for me. Also, I'm walking on my treadmill very slowly. It wasn't enjoyable for me, okay? But let me tell you, I am an exceptional writer. I, for my entire college degree, have been writing research papers, synopses, capstones, everything. I'm an incredible writer. I know how to analyze data. Do you want to know what I do for a living? I work in social media. Do you want to know what you do in social media? You have to be creative. You have to analyze data, and you have to be able to write well. You have to be able to research things. So whenever I've applied to jobs and they're like, ooh, actually, you don't have a marketing degree. Do you want to know what? I have 4 years of experience under my belt in social media marketing with incredibly good results in social media. They your degree doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
You want to also know what I'm doing with my time, with my degree and my incredible writing skills? I'm writing a fantasy series, a romantasy series, actually. And that's what I'm doing with my time, social media and writing novels. But I have a political science degree, okay? This is what I'm saying, y'all. Like, unless you want to be a doctor and want to cut people open, I recommend using some YouTube videos to learn skills that you want to learn, okay?
Really, STEM. As long as you're in STEM, you're good. Everything else is just a bunch of bullshit. And on top of that, everybody uses Chat GPT. We don't need you to write anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you could just Chat GPT that thing up and then have a whole novel in a matter of seconds, just off of one idea. Real talk.
Y'all, not gonna lie, I'm gonna finish this degree. I'm almost done. But I honestly feel like I've just been wasting my time. Like, at this point, I'm really just doing it for bragging rights. Like, yay, I got it.
For bragging rights.
Like, I feel like this was all for nothing.
I'm curious to know what her degree is in. I bet you it's in some bullshit, some political science degree.
I'm starting to think that my college degrees have been a waste. Hear me out. I have a Bachelor of Arts in English and Journalism with a concentration in creative writing. And then I have a Master of Fine Arts, which is a terminal master's degree in, it's writing, fiction, right? In fiction writing. Originally it was nonfiction, and then I switched to fiction, whatever, right? I graduated many, many years ago. I'm a woman of a certain age. I'm an elder millennial. And I have never been able to find like sustainable work for any like length of time. Now, I did have like a somewhat decent salary at my most recent job, which ended in 2022. But even with that job, the benefits were horrible. And so I was going to have to pay like, I think $3,000 or $4,000 a month for healthcare for my entire family, which at that point, the salary was what? Not only have I never been able to find like sustainable work. I mean, I definitely can't find any work now. I've also have like an insane amount of money, like debt. Like, it's crazy. We recently, as I've mentioned before, moved back in. Well, we moved into, my parents had a vacant apartment above their garage. And so we moved back in there because we couldn't afford to keep paying where we were paying. And it's sort of like a reset and starting over. But we've been here like 4 months now, and I still can't find a job. And I don't even know what job I want at this point. Like, the jobs I've been applying to have been influencer marketing jobs because I've been in content creation. I've been in this space for 12 years, right? Going on 13 years. And so that's kind of all I know. But none of that has anything to do with my degrees at all. At all. So as much as it's like cool to say you have these degrees, have they added any value to my life? If anything, I've been shackled with an insane amount of debt. And I'm grateful for what I learned at school, for sure.
But it ain't worth it.
I would trade all of it to not have the debt that I have and to be able to actually find a sustainable job, which is partially why I've sort of moved away from any sort of traditional education for my kids, because knowing trigonometry really didn't serve me. Like, the shit that they make you learn in school, whether it's even like your
sound smart
classes, your first couple of years of college, like, yeah, it, like, you have this well-rounded education, but to what end? I've never used trigonometry in my life. Period. Wow. Sokotowa what? Why?
It's got to be heartbreaking to know that you've completely wasted years of your life and funded it. I wonder why people who go to college, they don't think to themselves like, once I get this degree, I'm going to do this for this specific company. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be like a plan of action where you're going to hop from degree to land somewhere. And it's like, nah, I'm just going to get the degree and then, let the chips fall where they may. Everybody's going to be after me at that point. And it's like, no.
Tell me why I went to a fashion business school. Here's my degree.
Nice.
I went to a fashion business school and I cannot even get a job that makes more than $17 an hour.
Because no one cares.
I work for big brands. Like, I have experience working for luxury brands. I have multiple internships under my belt. I'm very smart. I'm very capable. And literally none of these places are hiring. Every single job, especially where I'm applying to in Manhattan, because it's the fashion capital of the world. I'm like, if I'm going to go anywhere, it's going to be Manhattan. I cannot get a job that pays more than like $17 an hour. Like, am I gonna be poor forever? Like, I'm just like, I can't. And people are like, just keep applying. I'm like, I've been applying every single day doing hundreds of applications. I'm about to call my school up and say that this degree that I spent 4 years trying to get, 4 years, was a waste of money.
This is like multifaceted. They were sold this bill of goods that once they get the degree, that's when all their problems cease. But it only qualifies you to run the same race that someone without a degree is already running. So like if you go to these companies and they're only paying you that entry level fee, that means that you're gonna have to stick with them and work your way up. You don't get to cut the line just because you have a bachelor's degree in fashion. And evidently the market is telling you that there isn't a need for your profession. So if your profession isn't competitive or is extremely competitive, then you're gonna have to do something else also on top of that.
What's the point of having a degree in 2025 if you can't find a goddamn job? Now, I just got on the app and I seen a couple people make a video on this topic right here. And I got a buddy that told me the same exact thing. Because let's just talk about it, right? You go to school for all these years just to graduate, and they tell you they can't hire you because you don't have enough experience. What's the point of going to school if that ain't gonna be a part of my experience? You mean to tell me I can't earn credit for going to school as my experience? My experience can't be the credit? Make it make sense. How am I supposed to get experience if y'all... And then again, just look at it like this. Getting a degree is good to a certain extent, right? But think about it, you get your degree, it's all about who you know now.
Yes.
Imagine you just not getting your degree and you went to school with this girl or this dude that never liked you and you trying to get a job and they already at the damn job. You know they ain't finna hire you. You know they ain't finna help you. And y'all know I ain't lying. Getting a job nowadays is all about who you know. They don't give a damn about no resume. They don't give a damn how good that you can work. Right. They don't care if you can be on time. If you don't know nobody that work there, they not gonna hire you. I don't care how strong your resume is. You gonna have to damn near get on your knees to get that goddamn job. And you shouldn't have to do all that. I have seen people get hired with no experience, never had a job, and still got the job before I did. And I got damn near 10 years worth of experience.
People don't understand this, but that's the way of the world. That's how things go. It's not what you know, it's who you know sometimes. And it's your job to build, maintain, and leverage those relationships prior to you getting your degree. That's a part of it. A lot of them think that just because they went to school and got good grades, that's all they have to do. And then it's smooth sailing. That's not how it works. The market dictates value, not society.
Everybody shut the fuck up. Hey, shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something right now.
If you made it this far, check out the video we just did where residents and visitors alike are saying that LA is trash.